What's up, co-reporters? Welcome back to my channel. We now have a new article that comes out via Radar Online that points to more trouble in paradise for William and Kate. Over the past several months since Kate's abdominal surgery, then subsequent cancer announcement, there have been a series of articles coming out subtly telling us that something is wrong. Yesterday, I published a video about the most recent one, which came from the Daily Beast and Kate Middleton's friends, saying that Kate currently is relying on the support of her birth family to get through this hard time. And then they specifically name the people that are supporting her, which are her mother, her father, her brother, and her sister. And they say that these are the people who have always been there for her and have never let her down. Obviously, a pointed dig to someone who was very shockingly and notably absent from the list of Kate's support, right? Her husband, Prince William. And even prior to that, there had been other articles coming out. Some of them kind of painted Kate a little bit crazy, saying that she's got a very dangerous thing that she likes to do, which is to swim in the middle of the dark. There's a lot of just things that have just not been looking too well. And now yesterday, Radar Online comes out with this pièce de résistance, which I really wanted to go over with you guys, right? Now they're saying that Kate is upset because William is working too much and it's making her cancer battle more difficult. Sorry, but this is just plain ridiculous. William has worked about 38 days out of the year so far. And these are not even full days like regular people work, right? When you're working a 9 to 5, you're working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. But this man is working 1 hour, 2 hours if it's a very strenuous day. So for them to say that out of the 38 days he's worked, a total of 1 to 2 hours tops per day, that is too much for Kate at home, and it's making things difficult, aka trouble in paradise. Is this why Rose is being trotted out to us more often now with the OG mistress Camilla? I don't know, but it's not looking too good. Let's take an actual read at what this article has to say, shall we? I always like to read the full article because that way people cannot say that I am mincing words, picking and choosing in order to fit a certain narrative or whatever, right? I like to read it in its entirety and see both sides. So let's go. The author this time is Erin Johnson, and the article reads as follows. While Kate Middleton privately battles cancer, her husband, Prince William, has been away performing royal duties, barely, which insiders claim has made her recovery more difficult, Radar Online has learned. After Kate wasn't seen for months, sparking conspiracy theories about her health and marriage, the Queen-in-Waiting made a shocking announcement in late March that she was diagnosed with cancer. So there she is, famously on that bench alone, making the announcement. While Kate has continued to remain out of the public spotlight, William hasn't missed a beat when it comes to performing his royal duties. That is not true. An article recently came out saying that William, based on how little he was doing, they tried to save face and they said, oh, it's not that he's not working a lot. It's that he's taking a new approach to working from home. He's a work from home prince for now, right? Like they were really trying to save face with that. And then they got a lot of backlash for that. And so they propped him back out there, for an hour or two to kind of calm things down again. So now this, again, it's just yet another story coming out through the grapevine that does not make any sense. And you know what? I actually have an exact log of all 38 engagements that William has done so far in 2024, which we will get into after reading this article, okay? He certainly has missed a beat. In fact, he's missed all 20 beats. And, which is understandable, right? Like, of course, he had to be there, during the surgery time, although we didn't see him visit the hospital, for Kate, which was very odd. So people have mentioned that there are underground tunnels, so perhaps he took underground tunnels to get in there. I don't know. Also odd, given the fact that, his mother-in-law, his stepmother, Camilla, was there, front and center every single day to visit Charles in the hospital, right? Insiders revealed the royal family is under great strain due to both Kate and King Charles's cancer battles, particularly due to a decreased amount of working royals available to fill their absence, with disgraced Prince Andrew out of the picture and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle leaving the UK in 2020. There she is. I think her hair looks really nice here. I like the lighter highlights and stuff. According to sources, guilt from putting her royal duties on hold and the absence of her husband has taken a toll on Kate's recovery. It's reportedly been tough to watch the king return to royal duties months following his unspecified diagnosis in February. Kate has guilt that Charles, who's also battling cancer, is out there doing his part, the insider said. It doesn't help that William has been away from home more, so Kate's main support and shoulder to lean on isn't always around, the insider said, admitting that though Kate's mother, Carol Middleton, has been helping care for the kids, William's absence makes things more difficult. Why the hell does Carol need to step in to care for these kids when William is barely doing anything, right? And his excuse has been, I can't be out there at full capacity because Kate is sick and I need to step up at home for the kids. Again, if you're a mathematician, SOS, hop into the comment section and help me make sense of this because it directly contradicts everything that has been coming out. I feel like at this point, these sources are just writing things, right? Just for clicks because none of this adds up. Kate's reportedly been honest with her husband, though. Quote, she told him about the pressure she's feeling, the source revealed. He was sympathetic and supportive, insisting she stop worrying and take as much time as is needed. And there you go, a picture of them on their wedding day. Instead of feeling wholly reassured, however, his response reportedly made her question everything, the source said, including her value to the royal family and who she is without her title. I didn't see this part. For some reason, when I pre-read this article, I thought it ended here and I just left. But now let me zoom in so we can grasp the full gravity of the Easter egg hint that was just dropped here. I'm going to read it again slowly. Okay. Kate is upset because William has worked a whopping 38 hours this year in 6 months. Less than most people do in a work week. He has worked that in 6 months and she is deeply troubled by that. Okay. And it's making her cancer recovery more difficult. And as in William doing below the bare minimum is affecting her health. It's negatively impacting her health, right? To the point where she is questioning everything. Okay. And what does everything include? Oh, they'll tell us, including her value to the royal family and who she is without her title. What do you mean who she is without her title? Who said anything about Kate not having a title? Let me zoom in again, okay? Because this is some serious stuff, right? Her value to the royal family, okay? I get it. Like, she's sick. She feels like right now she's not pulling her weight. She doesn't feel as valuable. But who she is without her title. And then both of those put together is very aggressive. This to me hints again to what we have been saying here, that something is not right. Something is very strange. Why are we now questioning who Kate is without her title? Do royal historians tell me, do royals lose their titles when they get sick? Or do you lose your title perhaps when you're about to divorce or when you divorce? Because that's the only scenario that I would picture Kate without a title or worrying about who she is without her title. If her title is in jeopardy. If a certain mistress named after a popular flower were about to come in and encroach on her bald-headed man and steal that title right out from under her. All those years that Kate put in as a duchess and now just 1 year as a princess. And she's hoping to become queen one day, perhaps. And someone is about to come right out from under her and steal that title. And now Kate is wondering who she is without that title. Listen, let me zoom in again. Let me zoom in again, y'all. Who she is without her title. Why would Kate's title even come into question here just because she is sick? And now they're saying her value to the royal family. She doesn't feel like she's of value to the royal family. She feels like she's about to be discarded. And now she's worried. Okay, well, if William's about to kick me to the curb, who am I? Am I still the Princess of Wales? And someone's saying again, here are the claims about Kate's mental health being off. She has been spiraling. She spiraled at times. Whew. Wow, Kate might be getting kicked out of her role as the Princess of Wales, as potentially even William's wife, you guys. She is worried. Let me go back. She's questioning everything, including her value to the royal family and who she is without her title. Again, you don't lose your title when you get sick. You lose your title potentially when you get divorced. So that's what this reads as to me. And Kate's spiraling because William has been working a whopping 38 hours in the span of 6 months. It's absolutely insane. If that causes you to spiral, there is something off about you. There's something not clicking up there, because that is absolutely ridiculous. Like I said in my past video, millions of people around the world, tens of millions of people around the world are battling cancer every single day. Right? Today, millions and tens of millions of people, and they're still going out there and they're working. They're out there, taking their kids to and from school, showing up for their kids' school plays. They're out there driving. They're out there going for walks. They're going to the movies. They're, skipping through farmers markets with heavy bags. They're doing things, right? They're living, right? They're still living. And the fact that this person does not need to worry about a single bill because she does not pay any bills. She's living for free. She's got a team of nannies. She's got a team of nurses in her home, which these other cancer people don't have. And they're still out here doing everything else, right? And she's freaking out and spiraling because her husband has worked like 38 hours, if even that, in this whole entire year. And it's June. I'm sorry, but this is such a tone-deaf article. It really is. Kate is not the person, and she's not the last person to get cancer. Okay. So and like everybody else with cancer is just living a normal life. They still have to provide for their families. Their spouses still have to go out there and provide for their families. A lot of these people are living in poverty and don't even have the money to get their cancer treated. And this literal princess is spiraling because her husband has worked 38 hours all year. Does he need to live up her ass or something? I don't understand, and I'm not even saying that Kate said all of this. I'm saying that these articles that are being pushed out right now are really strange, really alarming, and incredibly, incredibly tone deaf. I am sure that Kate is okay with William leaving the house from time to time. I can't imagine how stir crazy she or anybody living like this would be, just being stuck in the house, right, for 6 months straight, then your spouse being stuck in the house for 6 months straight. That is no way to live, you guys. I don't think that is what she actually wants. I don't know. Like, I'm wondering who would have an interest in planting this kind of story, because it makes Kate look crazy. Okay, it truly does. And it also points to the idea that Kate is about to be kicked out, unceremoniously kicked out or removed from the royal family. Right. And that's, now we're planting doubts. Like, is she even valuable to this family? Let's picture, who is she without her title? Who would plant this? Let's talk about it. Would Kate plant this to make William look bad? Like, oh, he's impacting her health. He's working too much and it's ruining her recovery. It's making it more difficult. Maybe she planted it and then didn't realize how crazy and tone deaf it makes her look to be freaking out about her title and stuff and spiraling over that. And this man working like less than a full week's workload in the span of 6 months. Would William plant this, making her look crazy, bratty, and just overly clingy and like incapable of being like, even the slightest bit independent? Would Camilla plant this, making it look like there's trouble in paradise for this marriage? And let's go back to William. If William planted this, is this him hinting that, it's time to start picturing Kate without her royal title and that she's not all that valuable to the family, as previously reported? Would Camilla plant this to say, hey, listen, my stepson and his wife are not doing well, and it's because she is overly demanding, and, maybe he's got someone waiting in the wings, ready to take over her title and scoop up the queen one that is about to be snatched up from under her nose? Would Rose plant this? Just to let us know, hey, a certain someone about to be a thorn in your side, Kate. Time to start picturing yourself without your title. You're not all that valuable to the royal family. You've been laying low, and I've been out here with the OG mistress at 2 royal events now. How do you like them apples? I don't know. Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. Make sure to leave your guesses in the comments section. Don't forget, we are going to get into William's diary of royal engagements for the year, so you can see how truly freaking ridiculous this article is. Anyway, it continues actually. Ultimately, Kate knows that her health needs to be her top priority, so she's been trying to make peace with the situation and treat this recovery period as one of her duties. Quote, Her decision to stay in hiding might be shocking to some. Kate wants to make sure she's here for her family and the crown for time. So here's the thing. Her decision to stay in hiding is interesting because, again, that contradicts the article we were reading yesterday, which claims that, oh, Kate is doing things. It's just her community is protective over her. And that's why you don't see any photos. She's been rumored to be doing the drop-offs at the kids' school. So is she in hiding or is she not in hiding? You know, is she like living free like they said yesterday? And it's just that her community is protective and that's why we don't have any photos? Which is it? And now they're saying she, you know, now it's like she's fighting back. She wants to be here for her family and the crown for a long time. So this line here makes me feel like Kate planted this story to let us know her position as the Princess of Wales and potential future queen or whatever of England is in jeopardy. And she wants to let people know she's here for her family and she wants that crown. Hey, William, I'm onto your game. And I know that you are thinking that maybe I'm not that valuable to the royal family anymore, out of sight, out of mind, and that perhaps I could lose my title, you know, were to divorce me. But I want the public to know that I want to be here for the family and for the crown for a long time. This seems like her fighting, you know, like fighting back, like, oh no, I'm here. And I want to, you know, I'm here to stay. Rose wouldn't add that part. Like that makes, you know, her and William look bad. I don't think William would add that part either because that makes him look bad. So now I'm thinking, maybe this is a Kate source because the Daily Beast information that came out the other day was also from a Kate source. So it wouldn't be, you know, above her to go and have her peeps plant this story in the press. Now, let's go look at these grueling hours that William has been putting in this year that would just stress any wife out. I don't think any wife would want her husband to work an average of, okay, so how many weeks is this, right? 6 months. If there's 52 weeks in a year, let's divide that by 2. That is 26 weeks, okay, you guys, in a year. And you work 38 hours. So 38 hours divided by 26 weeks. Oh, a total of 1.5 hours per week. This is so stressful. I can't imagine being with a man that works 1.5 hours a week. That is so much. That is overwhelming. It's like he's never home. It's basically what to believe with this article, you know, just insanity. And don't forget, there was also this other article about how they were supposed to have some sort of big global royal meeting in Samoa or something, and William didn't want to go because of Kate, right? Like he has like just been like not doing much of anything because he's there for Kate, blah, blah, blah. Article after article after article has been coming out this year talking about the work from home prince and how he's not doing all of these engagements and stuff because of his wife's health. And now the wife is coming out saying, you know what, he's doing too much. 1.5 hours a week. What am I, a single mom with a team of cooks, cleaners, nannies, and nurses? This is too overwhelming. How does anyone live like this? It's insanity. So shout out to Gertz Royals, okay? So this person does every single event. So he even has future engagements for 2024. So right there, he has had 38 solo engagements so far in 2024. And from the months of January to April, he only did 25 engagements. And again, these are not very big engagements. These are not like things that last all day or anything like that. They are typical quick pop-ins. So he starts from May, blah, blah, but I want to start from January. All right, you guys. So here we go. Let's see what happened in January. Mind you, January is the month where it was announced that Kate was going to be undergoing abdominal surgery. So of course, he did not do a lot of work that month, right? Which I get in some capacities, although this is just not normal at all for, you know, regular people. It is more normal for royals. So I will give them grace for that month. So here we go, January. William had one engagement on the 11th of January. He visited Headingley Stadium, and then he presented someone with an award, okay? And then on the 16th, she had abdominal surgery. But even before then, he was not up to a damn thing, all right? And then they had to cancel an engagement that they were supposed to do on the 27th of January. And then in February, the month with about 20, and this was a leap year, so we had 29 days, right? Yeah, 29 days this year. He was only 6 days. And again, these are not full 9 to 5, 7 to 8, 7 to 3, 8 to 4 days like you or I work. These are just little pop-ins here and there. So he did 6 of them. So on the 7th of February, he hosted an investiture at Windsor Castle. And then he also attended the London Air Ambulance annual fundraising gala. So I do think that this was a bigger day. So probably, 6 to 8 hours, or maybe 4 hours minimum. Then he attended the BAFTA Film Awards on the 18th, which is just the evening, for a couple of hours. That is where he told a woman who played a grape victim that she must have enjoyed her role. Like, read the room, sir. And then on the 20th, he visited the British Red Cross Society. Next day, he hosted an investiture at Windsor Castle. And then on the 27th, he canceled an engagement. And I think that this is where someone in the royal fold passed away. That's when he canceled this, I believe. Yes, no, I don't believe. I am certain. That is why. It was for the King of Greece. Then on the 29th, he visited Western Marble Arch Synagogue, met a Holocaust survivor and young people to mark Holocaust Memorial Day. See, these are one thing per day sort of thing, just very small things. Then in March, he worked the 1st. He did a couple of visits. And then a week later, so he had a whole week at home with Kate. And then in January, we saw he only worked like 2 hours in January. February, he only did 6. March, he worked on the 1st, then took a whole week off to be at home. And then on the 8th, he did 1 meeting. And then he just did 1 announcement for his Earthshot Prize. And then again, he took a couple days off. 3 days later, here he is attending the Commonwealth Day service and then the launch of the Launchpad online platform. And then 2 days later, meaning he had another 2 days at home with you, Kate, he had 1 meeting. The next day, he made a visit and he attended an award ceremony online from home. And then 5 days later, a whole work week that he was back at home with you, Kate, and then he just does a visit or whatever. So that's like nothing, right? And then in April, what happened in April? He did not work for the first 2.5 weeks. It's only on the latter half of the month that he does 1 visit at a food bank. The next day, he attended a memorial service. And then he had 6 days off, so almost a full week off. And he did a couple of visits. And then he had a work week off, 5 days off. And then he did 2 visits. Okay, like that's quite literally nothing. It truly, truly is nothing in terms of workload. It's nothing compared to what regular people do. And people with cancer and spouses of people with cancer. So again, it's just very insulting that this is being proclaimed way too much and, something that like harms Kate's cancer recovery. It's just, it really, really is. Again, Kate is so privileged to not have to do a single thing day in and day out because she's got a staff to handle everything from home care, child care, gardening, and you have a whole team of nurses in your home 24/7. And your man does not really work like that. So here's May. On the 1st, he had he hosted someone at Windsor Castle. Then a whole week later, he received 2 people at Windsor Castle. And then the next day, he hosted another little event at Windsor Castle. The day after that, he did 2 visits. The day after that, he did 2 more visits, little field trips. And then 3 days later, he handed over a role. He received a new role at the Army Air Corps. Okay. And then 3 days later, right? 3 days of just chilling at home. He goes to some conference. And then 5 days later, after 5 days of hanging out at home, he has like a little garden party to go to. And then he receives someone, an honorable person, I guess. And then he hosted an investiture at Windsor Castle as well. Is there anything? And then he canceled something for the 23rd of May. Sorry. Is there anything like backbreaking in all of this? Is this like an unusual workload? Is this like anything noteworthy in terms of a workload? Absolutely not. So again, this article, I feel like it was planted by someone from Kate's camp to sound the alarm that perhaps Rose is a bigger threat than we imagined. Kate is spiraling, to quote the article. at the thought of losing her title and no longer being valuable to the royal family. So I take it more as that. And maybe she is so out of touch that she thought, you know, the fact that her husband only did 38 days of work in 6 months is something that we would be so aghast over and shocked and stunned, you know, by, but it's truly not the case. Guys, let's continue to keep an eye on these pieces because they are getting juicier and juicier, worse and worse. They keep on pointing to the same message. There's trouble in paradise. There's something these people are not telling us. They are hiding the absolute truth, and that Kate's title and position in the royal family is in danger. Let me know what you thought about all this in the comment section, you guys. And as usual, we'll chat. Don't forget to subscribe for more royal videos and other pop culture videos and reality television recaps. And I'll see you in my next video. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.